Hello everybody and welcome to the Bro Broadcast, and today we have swarm gameplay, specifically 2 swarms in 1 game. Now I know that's not out of the ordinary, but I want to talk about swarms and if swarms are even worth getting here in Black Ops 2. And also, stick around to the end because I get a clutch performance act at the end of the gameplay. So first off, let's talk about swarms. Where a swarm, you have to get 1900 points, which is a 1900 score streak here in Black Ops 2, and I picture swarms similar to either the nuke or the Moab here in Black Ops 2. Now swarms, they're a challenge for some people. Me, if I go into domination or hardpoint or kill confirmed, any game mode that has an objective, I picture getting a swarm as a piece of cake. It's really easy for me to get the swarm. It's not a matter of how I'm gonna get the swarm. It's a matter of when I'm gonna get the swarm. Because a game mode with an objective gives you more points to add to your score streak, and that means more fun and it's a more easy way to get the swarm if you're going for one, such as hardpoint or domination. Here, hardpoint on downhill is perfect to get the swarm. It's big, it's open, it's well divided, and domination, you can control 2 flags, 3 flags. It's easy, it's awesome, and with every flag cap here in domination, you get 200 points per flag cap. I think if you cap the B flag, it's 200. Then if you cap the enemy flag, it's another 200. And plus, if you get some kills while you're capping the flag, that's another 200 points. So that's a lot of points if you're going for the swarm. So that being said, you see me play the objective a lot in this game mode, and you're going to see me get the swarm quite easily if I'm just running around getting the enemy flag. See, the enemy team had A flag, so I got A flag. Now I'm on my way to the C flag, and while I'm on my way there, I might get a few kills on the way. I might get a few kills just like that, and I might go capture the flag. Now, it's kind of easy for me to get a flag cap, especially alone here on downhill, because the spawns are so spread out, and then I can't really get killed while I'm capping the flag. So that being said, that I can get the swarm way easier if I'm just playing the objective. That's one thing in Black Ops 2 that's really important if you want to get the higher kill streaks, especially the swarm, Lone Star, VTOL Warship, Auto VSAT, any kind of kill streak. As a matter of fact, if you just want to get a bunch of them, you gotta play the objective. So if you play the objective, that means you're probably gonna control most of the spawns here in domination, or most of the spawns in hardpoint, and that means you're probably gonna win, and you're probably gonna kill the enemy team a lot more than you normally would if you weren't playing an objective game mode, such as TDM, or that's all I can think of off the top of my head. TDM, it's harder to get the swarm because there's no objective really to go for, so that means you have to rely solely on your gun, your knife, your lethals, whatever you can, whatever you use, you have to solely rely on those things. And also free-for-all. Free-for-all, you only have, say, 30 kills to get, so you have to get your swarm pretty fast, as a matter in the first life. So free-for-all swarms, they're much harder than in domination or hardpoint or kill confirmed. They're much harder to get because there's no objective. So you're playing the objective, you're on your way to a swarm, and then people start to leave slowly but surely as soon as you start playing the objective more, as soon as you start killing them. And then when you get the swarm, some people may leave. Now, that really does suck no matter what kill streak you're using, whether it be a VTOL Warship, a Lone Star, Dog, Swarm. It really does suck if you work that hard, if you're playing your butt off to get the objective. It really does suck if the enemy team leaves. So, that being said, what's the point of going for the swarm? And also, I've skipped ahead to the next round because I don't do anything much except cap for another flag, and then I get the orbital reset. But that being said, what's the point of putting on the swarm if you're not going to get a lot of kills with it? If the enemy team's just going to leave a bunch of times, at least with the nuke in Modern Warfare 2, the game was already going to end. The game was already going to end if you're calling in the nuke. But if people leave when you're in your chopper gun or AC-130, that's kind of like the similest way that you can compare it to if you're on your way to a nuke, because you want to get as much kills as possible. And in this game, I don't get a lot of kills with my swarm because I'm calling in a lot of kill streaks, calling in my orbital VSAT, and there I get the first swarm, calling the seagulls up above, but I'm not going to get a lot of kills that you normally would get if the whole team did stay, or at least didn't hide in buildings like you see here on downhill. So it's not really worth going for the trouble and going for the swarm, getting all mad if you die away from the swarm. It's not really worth it if you're just going to be dying, if the enemy team's not going to be dying as much from your kill streak. It's not really worth it in the end. That's why you might as well just throw on maybe a stealth chopper and an orbital VSAT and UAV or some other kind of kill streaks rather than this high-end swarm that you spent your whole time working for, and really it wasn't really worth it. So comparing to the swarm to the nuke or Moab, I would say that going for the nuke or going for the Moab is worth more of your time rather than just going for the swarm that may not get you a lot of kills in the end. It's a gamble, really. You don't know if the enemy team's going to leave, the enemy team's just going to be hiding, because it's just a whole bunch of hunter killers up in the air. And it's not a guarantee that you're going to get all these kills from the swarm. You could possibly just get maybe like 2 kills, and you worked so hard playing the objective, getting all these kills, and you went through all this trouble just to get 2 kills for this 1900 kill streak. So in my opinion, yeah, the swarms are fun to go for. Yeah, the swarms are kind of worth getting them if they will get you a lot of kills. But here on downhill, they just don't get you a lot of kills. Yeah, this map is open, but there are a lot of buildings, especially the middle part. A lot of people, the enemy team, if you're controlling the spawns, they do actually like to hide in there and spawn in there if you get a swarm or something like that. But they do like to hide. Because why would you want to go outside when there's a swarm? So really, the sole purpose of the swarm, at least in my opinion, is to get you a lot of kills, because it's the highest kill streak. It's above the Lone Star VTOL warship, but it's kind of a gamble because you don't know if it will get you a lot of kills. So that being said, you might as well, if you haven't gotten a swarm, maybe you get a couple of swarms, but then you just take it off your score streak. It's not really worth going for when you can have fun with other kill streaks and having more fun with the VTOL warship, because it's kind of like the chopper gunner. You can just rain hectic, and yeah, while the swarm is a great trophy in your Call of Duty shelf, if you want to call it that, if it makes you proud if you get a swarm, and watch that. Do you see that? I'm capping flags, getting double kills. Also watch this, and I get the flag, get a second swarm, and the game ends. So swarms, they're fun to go for, but not really worth the time and effort. My name is WACK, and I am signing out for tonight.